A mother need not suckle the child. A tree can suckle the child. Infuse that same faith into it. I say even today, a very sincere, true Indian mother places her child at the root of a tree called faith. A tree that has grown into a living tradition, a society endowed with some inherent values, a society that lives by an unwritten law of virtues, a tree that has become a spreading culture. That sustains, irrespective of all the other corruptions. Even today that tree lives. I'm not, don't confuse the issue. I'm not talking about faith in the meaning of a religion, no. That's another confusion. Faith means following the tenets of some sectarian religious belief. Usually in English, I think they call that only. This has nothing to do with sectarian tag. This culture has no sectarian tag about it. It is faith in the truth of life. It is faith in the truth of that which is. So long as Sanatana Dharma is there, this tree will flourish. In fact, this tree is called Sanatana Dharma. It is living. It's not a sect. There is a story about Kabir in this Kali Yuga in India. You know, he belonged to a weaver class or something like that. A person belonging to that class cannot enjoy the privileges of the pathshalas and things like that. Much less the spiritual upadesha from a great saint, and Kabir was hankering for that. Without Guru, without the Diksha, the inward enlightenment is impossible. Who will ignite that fire within me? Ramananda Swami can do it. He was at that time a very well-known saint in Kashi. But I dare not go in front of him. He comes every day to Ganges to take bath. I see him from the sidewalk. But I dare not go. A modern Kabir would have formed a underprivileged community meeting and give flags and go on shouting, and he might have even gone to the court. He did a very nice thing, very funny thing. he knows that Ramanandaji gives the Ramanama, and once he gives, the awareness awakens within. I should get the Ramanama from him, by hook or crook. If hook is not there, crook. So he went early morning and laid himself hidden behind a step. You know, in Kashi those steps are there. Kashi steps, you know, if I gone to Sant, Sadi, CD, इनसे बच के रहना काशी में. Famous. महादेव जी की सांड है ना, सब जगह घूमता रहता है. काशी की साड़ी तो जानते ही हो, your purse will be empty. ये सीढ़ी, जहाँ जाओगे घाट में सीढ़ी से. So he went and laid himself where he used to come. He knows that every day he follows that routine, Ramananda Swami. So khada. He came, so he lay down there. And that, you know, early morning he comes. In those days, no electric lights also. So Ramananda Swami put his foot upon Kabir, and actually he was almost falling down. Kabir held him. Raman said, Ram, 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 Ram. It's natural, no? Ram, 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 ye kya ho gaya? Kabir said, I have got it, I have got it. He became illumined by that word, by the faith. He got the seed. It was sustained by that faith. He became an illumined man. But he has to get it. You can't like a modern man say, ये सब है ना बुक में है, बुक भी जरूरत नहीं है, इंटरनेट, गूगल जाओ, सब मिल जाए. Any mantra in the world, I can get it for you. है ना बालाजी? He did do that. गुरुमुख से सुनूंगा. I want to make this point a little clearer. I don't want you to understand that you can do hanky-panky and get all spiritual knowledge. All shortcuts do not work. Many backfire. Compare it with that equally known, perhaps better known example of Karna, Maharati Karna. For most of his lifetime he believed he was the son of a charioteer. Sutaputra. I won't go into the issues connected with that. Why Kunti did it. Actually it was Kaunteya. So he wanted to become a great warrior and defeat Arjuna. Because once he had gone, and Drona refused, you cannot compete with these princes, you are a Sutaputra. So he wanted to fight with him and kill him. He nurtured such a poisonous hatred towards all the Pandavas, particularly Arjuna. But for that he needs that Dhanurvidya. And to get that Vidya he needs a Guru. And then again that Gurus like Dronacharya won't teach him. He went to Parashuram, who was even a greater warrior than Drona. Nobody could stand in front of him except Bhishma perhaps. He went to him, he knew that he would refuse, so he went to him in the disguise of a Brahmin boy. I want to learn this. Oh, come. And he taught him. You know that story. In a very peculiar circumstances, Parashuram discovered that he cannot be a Brahmin boy. Tell me in truth what you are. Parashurama cursed him. You played this deceit on me? This Vidya will not work in the critical hour when it is most needed. Cursed him. Ramananda did not curse Kabir, much less take him to court. This man wanted me to fall down and die. He could have told that. And immediately they would have put Kabir into prison, no? What made Ramananda bless this soul and what made Parashurama curse this soul? What? Huh? Lack of intent. That motivation. Faith was there. He had faith in Parashurama. So you see, the environment is perfect and it is giving you something. You receive it from the society, from your family, from the Guru. But what are you going to do with it? How are you going to approach it, utilize it? What is the motivative force? So here the motivation was so impure, full of hatred. Faith does not work in such an atmosphere. It does not sprout in such a poisonous soil. It does not. So the fruits of the faith are not there automatically. His only intention was to kill that man. Aggressive. Perhaps we infer he hated himself for being a Sutaputra or whatever it is. And I tell you, hating oneself is the most unnatural thing in life. Most unnatural thing. Because the nature of the self is love. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. That is what our rishis have declared. Yajnavalkya, giving his last sermon to the beloved wife Maitreyi before he took sannyasa, gives us this beautiful sutra. What is Atma? What is the self? That self which is the love, which touching anything becomes dear. Everything becomes dear and beautiful because the love in the soul touches it. Atmanastu kamaya. And there is no priyata in the world at all. There is nothing beautiful. Everything is ugly. Everything is indigestible. Veritable hell. For yourself and for others also. How much talk there is of brotherhood, global village. Do you know what is a village? Of course, you have destroyed villages also. In a village, everybody knows everyone in the village. Everybody knows that there is something wanting there immediately. That's the village, is not. Do you feel like that? Sarvabhuta hite rata. So with all our noise that we make in the media and through all these propagandas, lectures, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Satyameva Jayate. I don't know if today that would have been uttered by anybody, fluttering in the flag. Satyameva Jayate. Do you believe in this? You can't believe in it unless you believe in yourself, because you are the Satya. If you are not Satya, what Satya are you seeing where? Do you believe in the truthfulness within yourself? Can you use it as a faith? Then you can make the truth win. Without accepting yourself as the truth, even God is untenable. What to say about the world? Because God too depends upon you. Unless you realize God, where is God? Unless you realize God, where is the grace of God? The fruits of the grace of God. All useless. Alpameva. Unless you realize that. Yad yajate tapas tapyate tat sarvam alpameva. The truth is in you, and that has to be realized. You have to move towards that, and that is faith. If you have that faith, Satyameva Jayate, you will win. I want to quote from one scientist, Alfred Whitehead. In Science and the Modern World, he writes, am I exceeding my time, Jahangir?
It's our pleasure. Our privilege, please.
Still I have not coughed, so I will go. That is my bell ringing. Whitehead writes, it's a very significant sentence. Faith in the order of nature, which has made possible the growth of science, is a particular example of a deeper faith. Mark the words. Faith in the order of nature is an example of a deeper faith. To experience this faith is to know that our experience, dim and fragmentary as it is, yet sounds the utmost depth of reality. To know that deeper faith, we have to accept this fact that every one of our experience, however mundane, secular it may be, sounds the utmost depth of reality. Utmost depth of reality. That must be the ultimate reality. And that's what we call God. You may not like to use that word.